Trauma is an adverse experience that affects an individual to a degree that it begins to change how they process information. It can be different for a different person. Something that happens to me that is relatively benign might be traumatic for you. And so it's important to remember that it's relative to the person, but it changes the way they process information. So they see things that maybe aren't threats in the environment, maybe are not legitimate threats as threats. It causes them, as I mentioned, to shut down, and it really reduces their ability to cope, which is again how this can relate back to drug use, because it can fuel drug use for somebody.
At Maryhaven, we're very aware that trauma impacts all of the clients who we work with. One thing that we know about trauma is it impacts the same areas of the brain that addiction does. And so we see this high correlation. We can't say that this causes this, but we can say there's a strong correlation between those who have suffered trauma or chronic stress or abuse and those who are struggling with addiction. And we know that treating both of those is just critical. Identifying the sources of the trauma, treating that alongside of treating the addiction at the same time, because you have a better outcome because they affect the same areas of the brain.